name's Carly Schaefer. I'm 20 years old and I was diagnosed with major depression and anxiety disorder 5 years ago. Growing up, I was always a happy girl. I had tons of friends, was very talkative, and always playing with someone. But then my parents got divorced and it turned into an uphill battle. I blame myself a lot for what happened. I started to exclude myself from family and friends. I rarely left my room. I had no motivation to get up in the morning. I would miss school and I would call off of work, and I just had anxiety attacks almost every single day. Every day. And I would lock myself in my room, curl up in a corner, and just cry. And most of the time it was for no reason. I just have a million thoughts running through my head at once, and I find it really hard to just concentrate on one thing. But I feel that I hide my depression very well, and looking at me, most people wouldn't be able to tell that I do have major depression, but they don't know what goes on in my head. They don't know what happens behind closed doors. I hate the constant worry. I hate having to worry when my next panic attack's gonna happen, or if I can't hide my emotions, if I'm gonna freak out in front of a bunch of people. It's just a constant worry that I have going through my head. I've been on antidepressants for about 4 years now, and the best way to describe how they make me feel is I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I'm just content. I'm there, just going through the motions. All I want is to be normal. I want to be happy again, and I want my life back.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ossi, Dr. Ossi the Schizo, and today I'd like to speak about the stress response in relation to mental illness. This highly adaptive mechanism by which the sympathetic division of the autonomic nervous system is activated in order to get the body into an excited state to escape from, or better deal with, present survival-oriented dangers. The problem is, in many mental illnesses, such as anxiety disorders, specifically panic attacks, this system is misregulated and is often triggered due to psychologically induced or non-survival situations. This misregulation of the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis via input and excitement from the amygdala, which gets its input from various other neocortical areas, will trigger this response in instances where it is inappropriate, and this can be problematic for an individual. I'm sorry, I thought they were coming. The stress response is intended to be turned on and then turned off or deactivated relatively quickly once the survival threat has been cleared, such as escaping from a wild animal or running from your angry wife. The cortisol released from the adrenal glands attaches to receptors in the hippocampus which provides a negative feedback mechanism to the hypothalamus, which will terminate this response. A major problem, besides being activated inappropriately and due to psychologically induced stress, is when this response is not terminated properly or becomes chronic and continual. In this case, continued cortisol release via continued activation of this system in non-survival situations has been shown to cause hippocampal death. And that can be a problem, as you can see, because the negative feedback portion of this loop will begin to die off, thereby creating a spiral of ever-increasing detriment and leading to further instances of panic attacks, anxiety, and further entrenched mental illness. Hello. Treatment options to help regulate the stress response properly can include psychotherapy, behavior modification, and pharmaceuticals. Due to the extremely complex nature of mental illnesses, roots and causes, continued research and new methods are continually being developed. I'm not paranoid! Come in, Carly.
Hi, doctor. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. It's good to see you.
Likewise. Glad you could make it for our session.
Yeah, it's been a rough week. Very rough week.
Can you tell me a little more?
Do I want to tell you? Well, first off, it starts coming back to school and my first class, organic chemistry. Oh, it's such a killer. No one enjoys it, but the professor is absolutely crazy, and he just jumps around on the desk, he flings his hands around, and you're just gonna bounce around like everything's okay. Get what I'm saying?
Totally.
Like, really. And then, after that class, I have neurobiology. Oh, it's supposed to be my favorite class, it's my major, I love it. But no, it's the same thing. 2 hours I have to deal with bouncing around like a lunatic and just rambling on and on and on. And then he gives us projects. Like, as if I don't have enough stuff to do, I have to go out and film people walking around, and why I have to keep doing this stuff over and over again. I'm gonna freak out. Oh! This is not okay. I'm freaking out.
I think you need some Valium.
Thanks, doctor. It's so stressful.
Panic attacks, are they frequent?
Very.
You suffer from anxiety, take benzodiazepines, gamma open up chlorine, channels inhibition seam, Valium and alcohol, diazepam and ethanol, pop it in and have a ball, NYC to Wichita, Palmetto anxiety, HPA has got to be regulated properly,
Hippocampus stopping these.
Cortisol negatively, feedback, back on track, calm down, lean back, cause life don't give your money back.